Kenya 01, wind calm, runway 04, clear to land.
That land runway 04, Kenya 01.
On the 24th of April 2015, a Kenyan presidential jet was flying in the airspace between Ethiopia and the Gulf region. What happened next is still shrouded in mystery, but the jet was forced to take a U-turn and return to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. On board the Fokker 70 extended range was Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta. In April 2015, President Uhuru Kenyatta had just completed 2 years of his reign as the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces. He had a tough task of persuading foreign investors to pump their fortunes into the African nation. And so attending the 2015 Milken Institute Global Conference was seen as a perfect opportunity for the head of state to sell Kenya to the US investors. His 2013 presidential bid, together with his deputy William Ruto, had met a lot of resistance from global powerhouses like the US and the United Kingdom. The two were then facing crimes against humanity charges at the Hague-based International Criminal Court and were deemed to be unfit to rule Kenya. But against the tide, the two won the election and became president and deputy president. On this day in 2015, Uhuru Kenyatta was to fly to Dubai in the United Arab Emirates in the official presidential jet. Before connecting to the US commercially via Fly Emirates. But that did not happen. The plane did not make it. But what really happened between Ethiopia and Eritrea that forced the plane to be commandeered back to the point of origin? The JKIA? Did the plane have a problem? Did the protocol team fail to get approvals from nations the plane was to fly through? Or was it because of the conflict Yemen was suffering from? State House stated, and I quote, "Following reports of increased military activity in Yemen, there was a challenge on the routing, leading to a decision to turn back." But later on, intriguing details will emerge following the aborted overseas trip. While State House reports indicated Kenyatta was forced to cancel his trip to Los Angeles, United States over blunder in plane's routing, which essentially would have sent the president's jet to the raging war zone on the skies over Yemen. Later details revealed a possible mechanical explanation. Did the president's aircraft encounter mid-air mechanical issues, leading to the crew to initiate a return? What was the reason for the State House taking 12 hours to inform the nation about the trip's complications? Even more captivating in the question, did the flight crew of the president's jet genuinely communicate a technical issue to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport Control Tower just prior to landing? According to insiders, this is what happened. As the Kenya Air Force One navigated the skies of Ethiopia, the aircraft's performance became worrisome. The flight engineer was not so pleased with how the plane was moving.
Runway 04, clear to land.
Satlam runway 04 Kenya 01.
Dissatisfied with what he was seeing, hearing and feeling, he recommended and stood ground that the journey be aborted. Normally, the flight crew of the president's jet consists of 2 pilots and a flight engineer, all of whom are senior Air Force officers. In matters concerning the aircraft's airworthiness, the final authority lies with the flight engineer. They possess the authority to override even the president. And so on the 24th of April 2015, the engineer on board made that crucial call to have the plane turned back. He was not ready to take the risk of allowing the plane to continue with the mechanical problems it was showing. And this is what State House did not want the public to know. There was a feeling if members of the public became aware of what really happened, then there would have been a demand for people to take responsibility publicly. People would have wanted to know how a plane with a mechanical issue was given a nod to transport the head of state. And who in the squadron team gave the final approval for the plane to depart? But the critical question will have been, was it an act of negligence or deliberate omission? The jet was about to enter the Eritrea airspace before it took a U-turn. Some had attempted to suggest that authorities in Eritrea even attempted to force it to land over an alleged bad blood between Eritrea and Ethiopia. A suggestion that prompted Eritrea to defend itself over accusations that it denied Uhuru's jet entry into her airspace. Eritrea said, and I quote, "The embassy of the state of Eritrea in Nairobi would like to bring to the esteemed ministry's attention that it collaborated by promptly providing the requested clearance of overflying permit for the president's aircraft in a matter of 20 minutes. This was accomplished when contacted by the protocol department by phone without waiting for a formal letter of request, to which the department and the office of the airport commander responded by words of gratitude and thanks." The insiders intimate that Uhuru Kenyatta's plane sent a distress signal minutes before landing, sending the airport's management into an emergency mode. What happened at the JKA is the kind of emergency procedure adopted when the facility is receiving a stricken plan. My name is Enoch Sikoli, and this is the Kenyan Historian.